You will not believe how simple these exercises are, but they assisted me in maxing out my ACFT every single time. As you guys know, my name is Apex. I served almost a decade in the U.S. Army military as a combat engineer. And these exercises that I'm going to be going over are some of the major and my favorite go-to exercises that I use every single time to prepare me to go out and pass the ACFT. The ACFT is the Army Combat Fitness Test, and the military uses it to assess the physical capability of its soldiers. So let's get into it. Stay tuned, like this video if it helps you in your progress. Quick side note, after recording this video, I realized that the audio was messed up. So now I have to sit back and do a voiceover and synchronize it in accordance to the video. So I apologize for that, but still that doesn't take away from the key values in these exercises I'm going to be giving you guys, all right? So obviously, as a soldier, you have to be able to pick up heavy stuff and with explosiveness and be able to move as fast as you can. In preparation for the deadlifts event, my favorite exercise is going to be RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. Romanian deadlift teaches the proper movement and biomechanics of standing hip flexion and extensions. Not only that, but it also trains your hamstrings, your glutes, your abductors, and so many other muscle groups. Now you want to emphasize on your form, as this exercise could lead to potential injury, especially for those of you guys that have lower back injury like myself. And also that just don't know how to do this movement. You have to focus on your form. So go slow and steady and make sure you emphasize on the contraction and the movement instead of rushing it. What Sean is doing here, as you guys can see, is the elevated goblet squat using the kettlebell. This is a compound movement that train multiple muscle groups all at once, starting with your quadriceps, your glutes, your hamstring, your calf, and believe it or not, your core. All right, now after doing those two exercises, we're going to put it to the test to see if it's prepare us to max out the deadlifts. Talk is cheap, but now the work has to be shown. And your direct results is from the work that you're putting in. As you guys can see, Sean picked this thing up pretty easy. Now let's see if I can pick it up, because I've been telling you guys I've maxed this. Let's go. 1, 2, and mind you, I'm doing slow and steady. Time is not of an essence in this event, so make sure you control the weights. You make sure you're hitting the right form. All right, so the next event is the ball throw, and how I would train for this, for the ball throw, is with kettlebell swings. As you guys can see, I'm using a 70-pound kettlebell, and this is just gonna have my whole body going through the range of motion as will be required when throwing the actual 10-pound ball. And I'm training at a higher weight so that when I do go to do the actual event, if I've been training with 70-pound kettlebells, throwing a 10-pound kettlebell is gonna be a breeze compared to this event. Tightening my core, working on my legs, working on my forearms. Training with kettlebell swing in preparation for the ball throw is probably the #1 best exercise that you can do, because it's going to transition so easily into the actual event. When you go down, you squat, you pick up the ball, you have to get that momentum swing going, and then you release at the top. Next, you guys are watching Sean throw the ball and catches it as he's doing the squat. This is another crucial movement to help assist you in maxing out the ball throw for the ACFT. Again, he's working compound movements, compound lifts here, even though he's using just the ball. All right, he's going to the squat position, dropping his knees, dropping his glutes, right? Coming up, exploding with the ball, pushing it as high as he can, catching it back. All those movements are going to transition so easily into the actual event. Now I'm going to demonstrate how I would actually do the ball throw. As you guys can see, we each have different technique and different methods. I like to go from the side so I can release easier. Sean likes to go from the bottom, but it doesn't matter. This is all personal preference. Whichever is more comfortable for you, use it. The next event is the hand release push-up. Listen guys, there's no getting around this. You want to max out the push-ups, you have to do push-ups, and you have to do hand release push-ups. It's a little different because it forces you to get your hand off the ground and really start from a resting position every single time. So you have to train your body to get used to that process of doing it, guys. So what I would do is I would do different variant of push-ups to work out different parts of the chest and the biceps. But again, I would do it in the form of the actual event. So I'm going to be doing these different variant of the push-ups, but incorporating the hand release into it, as you guys can see. All right, next what we're doing now is the decline push-up. And this is just to add a little bit of more difficulty and overdevelop your body. Again, we're doing different variant of this push-up set, but at a decline, so it's harder. So when you do go to do the actual event, it's easier. If you see, there's a common tendencies that we have with our training. We overtrain, so the actual event is easier. The next exercise is the sled push and pull. But as far as the event itself, the sled push and pull is going to be a great exercise to prepare you and train the muscle groups that you need to max out that event. And as you can see, he was blowing through this event so easy, I decided to make it challenging for him. I added 250 pounds more onto the weight. All right, now we're going to go into parametrics because this is essential for increasing your speed and mobility. Right now, what we're doing is the high knee skips. The high knee skips is going to work out that fast twitch muscle, give you the mobility that you need to get your knees up when you're sprinting and really increase your speed. And follow up with the broad jumps. All these are great parametric exercises to increase your speed, your stamina, and your endurance during the run phase. All right. So as you guys can see, we're just jumping 25 meters approximately and just having a great time with it. And then we finish up all the movement drills with a frog leap into an actual sprint. Again, guys, you want to train to be faster, do parametrics, and actually run. There's no going against that. There's no training that. All right, now what we're doing is training our core for the planks exercise, the plank event. The plank event gives you, I think it's 3 minutes and approximately almost 4 minutes to max it. All right. So if you want to max the plank, what we're doing is side planks, just holding our core, tightening up our core, and then we're finishing it off with weighted planks. The weighted planks follow the same philosophy: train harder than what is necessary, and when you do go, it's going to be easy. So we have a 45-pound plate on my back, and I'm doing 5 sets of 60 seconds, meaning I'm going longer than what is required. So my body is already conditioned. So when I go into the actual event, I can just knock it out, guys. You have to overtrain to max this whole thing out. If you want to go farther in life, you have to actually set your goals a lot farther than what you want to actually achieve, because it's just a science. Like if you really don't reach it, at least you get closer to achieving your actual goals. So I take that philosophy into everything that I do, especially when training for the Army Combat Fitness test. I overtrain in a sense where if it required 45 pounds, I'm usually training with 80 or 90 pounds just to get me conditioned. Especially nowadays, there's a lot of people are just floating through their careers because it's so easy to just get promoted nowadays that you don't really have to put a lot of effort in to be successful in the military. But the people who do are the ones who goes far and get to the highest rank. All right. So guys, for the new subscribers that are thinking about joining the military, I recommend it. As far as the ACFT guys, follow these tips, utilize it in your training routine, and the ACFT will be a breeze for you at your next PT test. So right now we got a friendly competition between Sean and myself to see who can last the longest. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win, but let's see who stays the longest. All right, so he got me off guard because he actually went higher than me. But you can see this boy's already struggling, man. I'm locked in and loaded. I don't care how long it takes. I got a warrior mindset. I'm locked in until the work is done. When the mission is complete, it's when we give up. And the mission was completed when he came down, so we give up. So I let out. All right, guys, so with all these exercises that we have given you, will guarantee you, if you train it enough and commit yourself to maxing out that ACFT. It's not that hard, guys. It just takes a lot of dedication and motivation and commitment to your craft. And as you guys can see, the people who thrive in the military, who are successful in the military, are those people who are fully committed and are willing to do what it takes to achieve that certain status, rank, or level in their career. So if that is you and you incorporate these exercises into your workout routine, you will max out the ACFT. And this is coming from someone who has done it. With that being said, we are a new channel, and I would greatly appreciate if you guys subscribe and share some of the videos to other people so we can broaden our reach. Guys, I have a goal of hitting 100K by June of this year. So if you like the content I'm putting out, or you have recommendations for the content that you want to see, go ahead and subscribe and let me know what you're interested in.